Folks, Bluesboyjag here. Another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. It's John Lee Hooker Boogie style. So here we go. Fingers, open G tuning, 3-string. A string tuned down to G. D string tuned normal to D. G string. That's an A string down to G. So it's a G string, a D, and another G. So John Lee Hooker had some funky blues. There's no doubt about that. In my opinion, probably the most funkiest of all the blues guys. So this is sort of a John Lee Hooker thing. I wouldn't say it's specifically exactly like John Lee Hooker, but it's got that kind of a feel to it. So here's what I'm doing. I'm using my fingers first of all. If you don't use your fingers, you can use a pick as well. I'm doing a lot of choking with the fretting hand. So I'm just going to start out with the main riff. What I'm doing is walking up with my first finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, walking up to the 4th, and then the 5th. Then I'm going to jump over to the 1st string, 3rd fret. The interesting thing about this is you have to start with the up strum. Because I'm doing a hammer-on, I'm starting out with the open chord. Then I'm walking up. Slow. I'm walking up from the 1st finger to the 2nd finger to the 3rd finger, 3 consecutive frets. So 3, 4, 5 on the middle string. I'm starting with the open chord on the up strum. Real slow. You can see my fingers moving up here. The 1st finger starts on the 3rd string, on the middle string. Then I go to the 2nd, same string. And then I go to the 3rd finger. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5 on the middle string. But you start with the up strum. And I'm doing a hammer-on. So I'm plucking, or strumming, I guess you'd say, once. And I'm walking up. Start with the up strum, which is the open G. Then you immediately hammer 1st finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Walk up 1 fret with your 2nd finger. You're hammering that one as well. And then your 3rd finger. So there's a real quick strum. And then these two are going to be hammering up. Then I'm going to go over to the 1st string on that 3rd fret, 1st finger. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You can do a 2-strum on that last one, which is 1st finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Or you can just do 1. So I'm starting with the up. You can do it either way, ba-doodle-da-bump or da-boodle-bump. Just kind of make it your own. This is really a technique lesson more than a song lesson. So just kind of wing it. Real slow. sure you do the hammer after you do the open strum. So I'm strumming this one, and I'm strumming that one, and I'm not strumming the other two. What? What are you talking about? And you can just kind of mess around with any of these notes up here. Notice I'm choking with these fingers right here. They're flopping around. I do that all the time. There's no way I cannot do that on an open tune. 3 string or 6 string. You can do this on the 6 string if you like. Now the next part I like to do is go up here. I'm kind of winging it. I'm changing it every time I go up here, but I'm walking up and I'm doing the hammer, 2nd string, almost the same lick. Sounds different because I'm up here. So notice how I'm hammering, starting with the up strum again. Then when I do the down strum, I'm really accenting that middle string. The first open is all 3. But then when I do the hammer, it's the middle string. And I'm on the 10th, 11th, and 12th frets. First finger goes over to 112. I'm sorry, 110. So you can kind of take that lick and extrapolate on it and make a boogie out of it. Notice I'm choking with that hand, which I can't not do. I mean, it's just built in. It's just like somebody who talks with a lisp. It's always going to be there, right? So real slow, I'm just going to do some extemporaneous boogie. From 3 to 4 to 5, but then I'm going back to the 0 or open. Notice how I'm plucking one time or strumming one time, and then these are hammering. And I've got all 3 strings resonating. You can do it on the 2nd string or the 1st. Look at the right hand. You can do it with an up at the end or down. It's good to practice both ways. You're like, what are you talking about? Practice both ways. Sometimes it's an up strum on the end, like this. Sometimes it's a down strum, fix that. Sometimes it's a down strum at the end of the riff, right there. Sometimes it's an up. I'm doing a hammer here, and the last strum is up. To get the groove and never change the down up. What you're changing is when you're moving over to the next string or to the next note. So you can extrapolate on that and have fun with it. If you go up here to the 12th fret, throw some of that stuff in as well. So he's going to start down here on 3 and 5 and 4, I guess you'd say. 3, 4, 5 on those 3 strings. Then jump up to 12. I'm doing the same lick up here that I'm doing down here. 3, 4, 5, and up here it's going to be 10, 11, 12. Now let's get real crazy. We're just going to jump around and see what other frets might work with that. I'm just sliding up 3, 4, 5. Then I just went 5, 6, 7. And I jumped over to the next string and did 5, 6, 7. Remember, I'm strumming all 3 strings. So I'm gonna play you out here with some Boogie. So the first rule is mess around. Actually, the first rule is tune up. In this case, open G. The next rule is just jump around, move your fingers up here, down there, boogie, see what happens. Keep your foot stomping and experiment. Have fun with that. Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, check out my web store, bluesboyjag.com. Cigar box guitars for 21 years. And we'll see you next time.